If you're anything like me, you've probably dreamt of going on the vacation. Maybe months, years in advance, you've been thinking about getting away, escaping your reality to get to that sunny beach holiday. But once you're there, the first 2 weeks are relaxing, they're blissful, and then the end of the third week rolls around and you're feeling lost, you're out of sorts, and you just want to get back to the routine and the regularity of your day-to-day life. But the irony of this is that you spent almost a year wanting to escape that boring, monotonous routine, all to now be on holiday in the escape of that and wanting to be back there. It seems wrong, right? I guess the grass is always greener on the other side, right? No matter what we have, we always want something better. It's the person that works the 9 to 5 that wants the financial freedom to do whatever they want, but once they've escaped that 9 to 5 and have that freedom, they don't know what to do with themselves after a certain period of time. You always hear that successful person wanting to retire early or to go work remotely abroad and travel wherever they want and work at the same time, but it gets to a point where they've been doing it for a certain amount of time where they feel lost. They don't know what to do with themselves. They need to be back to familiarity, to the comfort of routine in a home, in a stable place, and have that stability. And you know, it doesn't matter what it is, we're always pursuing something that's bigger, better, and newer. But once we have it, it's no longer bigger, better, and newer because there's always going to be something else to replace that bigger and better and newer. So whatever we desire always becomes undesirable because what you have, you can no longer want because you already have it. And therefore, in itself, is no longer desirable. And I think the thing that we all get tricked into thinking or believing is that the having, it's the attaining that gives us happiness. But it's actually the pursuit. But the problem with human nature is that when someone tells you this reality, you don't believe it because you haven't experienced it yourself. It's like the rich people telling you that money will not make you happy when you don't have money to know that. So you always will respond with, it's easy for you to say because you have money, so you can say that. But you'll always have those people that then go, no, I want to experience it myself, I want money. And then they become the deliverer of the same message and tell people that were in their position who got told the same message that money will not make you happy. But humans don't work that way. Our brain doesn't work that way. We need to have experience for us to know that it's the truth. So having someone that's experienced that reality and knowing the truth that money will not make you happy does not resonate with us because we haven't experienced that. We don't know that to be true for ourselves. And this is the problem, is that we cannot enjoy the pursuit of success, of having, because we truly believe that having and attaining will bring us happiness. And sure, maybe it will, but it's fleeting. The pursuit is what is always going to be there, always going to be enjoyable. But it's a fine line because if you continue pursuing, if you're always in pursuit of something more, you can feel lost. So yeah, we need to strike the balance there. And to me, when I look at this and I try to break this down in my mind, when you think, okay, so achieving the thing and attaining the thing, like getting the money, getting the freedom, doesn't bring happiness. The desire does not bring happiness because it will ultimately become undesirable once we have it. Well, why don't we just stop desiring anything at all? And sure, logically that might make sense immediately, but when you think about it, if you have no desire at all, you have no motivation, you have no purpose, you have no reason to show up tomorrow and put in any effort at all, because if you have no desire, you have no reason to be on this earth. So then you can't remove desire, even though you know that having desire will end up being undesirable and also be unfulfilling. So there has to be a balance, right? But everyone knows there has to be a balance, otherwise there would be nothing good at all. So how do you find the balance between pursuing something and with the idea of having the goal of achieving it, but also knowing that the pursuit is really the only thing that's going to bring you long-term fulfillment? It's a very fine line that I don't really have a solution or an answer for how to achieve. I think we always find ourselves in this constant cycle of desire and the emptiness of the desire itself. And I kind of want to break down maybe some things that we can work on to really have the fulfillment of desire be achievable. And I guess the first thing with like anything in life is recognizing. We have to recognize this cycle is taking place. Understand that whatever comes up must come down and whatever goes down must come up. But if we ride the high, we also have to ride the low. If you blame someone for everything bad they do, you also have to blame them for all the good that they do. So for example, instead of being so happy with the high and then being absolutely demoralized by the low, why don't we just stay on the middle line? Don't let your emotions be swayed up and down. Try to stay even keeled and notice that this cycle is going to go up and down, but ultimately there's a common ground there in the middle where you can find fulfillment. The thing that I try to do in my life, which is a really, really big challenge for me, is trying to enjoy those small moments of anticipation whilst also really appreciating the routine and what value routine has in my life. Because there's this thing that I learned from when you go on travel, right? The most exciting point of a vacation is the day of the vacation, the moment that you're about to leave and set out on the journey. That's the happiest point of the vacation. You would think that being there and enjoying the moment of the vacation would be the happiest, but it's not. It's the anticipation of it. So yeah, we have to be happy in anticipation, but also when you go happy in anticipation, you achieve and then it drops. So we need to find the balance between anticipation and also comfort of routine. And striking the balance between the desire, the chase, the pursuit, and also the acceptance and the fulfillment of comfort and routine comes in different forms. It's a practice. It's not something that you just have. And this is why meditation, things like meditation, things like exercise, like going to the gym, going running, doing yoga, it can be whatever. It can be studying, it could be reading, whatever feels like meditation for you, something that brings you centered, makes you feel grounded, makes you be at peace. These are all things that can help you strike that balance. For me, I've noticed that meditation helps me a lot. It keeps me grounded, it keeps me even keeled and calm, and I'm less reactive when I'm practicing meditation. But for other people, it's not meditation, it's exercise, maybe it's art, maybe it's writing. And you have to find your own way, your own form of striking the balance between excitement of anticipation and also the groundedness and the fulfillment of routine. You need to find your lane, your middle ground. So with that being said, that is just my perspective on the perpetual cycle of desire and dissatisfaction, and that your desires will always become undesirable. But I would like to hear what you have to say, what you think about this idea. Because for me, whatever you want, you will ultimately achieve, but if you achieve it, you can no longer want it, and therefore you're going to be unfulfilled if the fulfillment comes from the desire itself. So yeah, I open it up to you now. I want to hear what you have to say. Maybe drop a comment, give me your thoughts, what your relationship is between the cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Maybe you have strategies for finding that even level. And yeah, I want to hear what you have to say. So yeah, this is an open discussion. I'm not fixed, and I love to hear what other people have to say, and maybe you can open me up to your ideas and your ways of thinking, and it'd be greatly appreciated if you can give your perspective as well. So yeah, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, and maybe I'll see you soon.